Hi guys, my name is Trinity, and if you are here, you must be here to talk about books because that's why I'm here. Let's ignore the fact that I need a haircut real bad, like real bad. Today, I am going to be talking to you guys about my 5-star predictions. I have picked 10 books that I think I am going to absolutely love and likely give 5 stars. So these books I have either been told they're completely up my alley, I've read the first book or first and second and am eagerly awaiting more. Or, they are just books that give me the vibe that I am always looking for. So some of these you're gonna be like, duh, Trinity, these are books that I would have picked for your top 10 list. So it makes sense that they would be 5-star predictions. But the first 3 that I want to talk about are anticipated reads. And let's go ahead and get it out of the way. The Martyr by Anthony Ryan. It comes out later this year. I'm super excited for it. The Pariah, as you guys know, didn't quite hit that Bloodsong level 5-star, but I do think the Martyr had a little bit of first book syndrome. And so I do think that the Martyr could elevate this series. And I know Anthony Ryan's an excellent writer, so I have no doubts that the series is just going to get better. And so The Martyr is definitely one that I think is going to be a 5-star read, and I'm highly anticipating. Now, the next one that I am highly anticipating just got a cover reveal, and I'm so excited. That would be The Lonesome Crown by Brian Lee Durfee. You see the Anthony Ryan here. The Brian Lee Durfee is Rachia. I love this series so much. I am dying for the 3rd book to come out. The 2nd book was so good that it gave me a book hangover that I just couldn't seem to recover from. Had to read Bloodsong to break this slump that I'd hit, this book hangover that just took over my life. So yes, I am highly anticipating the 3rd book, and I hope it breaks me just as much because I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm just dying to read it. And the 3rd book that I'm highly anticipating and really think is going to be a 5-star read is no surprise because they're up here as well. Threadlight by Zach Argyle. The 3rd book in his series comes out later this year. And if you haven't seen the cover, go look at it because it's so cool. It is so stinking cool. And all 3 of these books, I already know that I like the author's writing. I already know that I like the series. I'm anticipating these books being released because of what has already occurred. So that might be a little bit cheating, but there'll be some other books in this list too that are going to be follow-ups, but I really think that these 3 books are going to be 5-star reads, knock them out of the park. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. All right, on that same thread of books that I am highly anticipating, King of Assassins by R.J. Barker. Now, this is the final book of the trilogy, and I have loved the first 2, so it stands to reason that I will like the conclusion of this trilogy. I really like, and I've said this before, how everything I wanted Assassin's Apprentice to be, this book delivers, or this series delivers. And so I really get wrapped up into this story and just taken away with these characters. And I love the way that this is much faster paced. This is character driven still, but has a lot of plot and it moves. And we are not lingering on one person's inner turmoil through the whole book. And I adore this series so much. Can't wait to finish it. I am probably going to be adding this to my March TBR because we all know February is a very busy month for me, and so I didn't add it to February, but I plan to get to this very, very soon. Assassins, you guys know, assassins, thieves, I'm sold, and this whole series is about assassins. So yes, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. And another follow-up. You guys have to know, even though I talk about how much I don't like Assassin's Apprentice, I am dying to read The Mad Ship by Robin Hobb because I really loved Ship of Magic. I thought it was excellently written. And even though it wasn't a 5-star read for me, I think, again, we have a little bit of first book syndrome, and where we're building things that I'm not always interested in. I do really love how Robin Hobb focuses on the lore of her worlds whenever she is not in action. I guess that's the best way to say it. And so it's still highly intriguing. And the characters in these books are so good. Some of them you hate, some of them you love, some of them you want to throw them off the ship. Just watch them drown. But I have loved this series so far. Of course, there's only one book that I've read, but I'm looking forward to getting to this and Ship of Destiny in 2022. One that I keep putting off, but I just know whenever I get into it, I'm going to like it and hopefully love it. This is a 5-star anticipation video, and I've heard that this book is going to be 100% up my alley, and I'm going to love it. And that this series is 100% up my alley, and I'm going to love it. So Priest of Bones by Peter McLean. This is short. Why haven't I read it yet? Why? Because I keep doing buddy reads, and I keep trying to build TBRs and then not sticking to them. That's why. But this is about a priest who goes to war. He had established all of these things to help his people to not starve and be taken care of. And when he comes back, all the systems that he had put in place have crumbled, and they're now corrupt, and he is fighting to gain all of that back. Y'all knew I was going to throw a Camelot retelling in here somewhere. Signy Pike's The Lost Queen. Still have not read this. I'm still looking forward to it. I still think it's a 5-star read. Yes, this has hit a 5-star anticipation video of mine already. But since I haven't got to it, I did decide that I wanted to remind myself and you guys that I do still think that this is going to be a 5-star read. And we do have a Camelot retelling. And I've heard that this is very much Outlander meets Camelot. So that does intrigue me. I do hope there's going to be a little bit of romance in here. And I always enjoy the romance in the Arthurian tales because they are always so very convoluted. But it adds to the enjoyment for me. It really does. So I'm looking forward to this a lot. These next 3 books should surprise no one, but here we go. Ashes of the Sun by Django Wexler. I'm not going to go into detail about why I think this is a 5-star read because you guys have heard me talk about it a few times in the last few videos that I've done. So this is compared to Star Wars quite often. I love Star Wars. I have become a recent fangirl of Star Wars, and I have no explanations of that for you other than my husband made me watch a couple of movies that he shouldn't have made me watch because then I got obsessed. But I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to finding out if it is very Star Wars-esque because I love Star Wars. There we go. Now, probably one of my most anticipated books of the year, Azura Ghost by Essa Hansen. Now, I have been dying to read this. Like, I finished Nofek in 24-hour period. I just blew through it because Nofek was so insanely good. And I just can't wait to get to Azura Ghost. Now, here's the thing. I have been wanting to read this. This has been sitting on my desk for almost a month and it's killing me. It's killing me because, one, there's no audio for this, so I can't do the immersive read that I want. And the narrator for Nofek Gloss was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I think it did kind of add to the experience of Nofek because the narrator was so great. And like I said, I do immersive reading, so I'm reading the book and listening to it at the same time. So I know I'm going to be down that part of the experience, but here's the thing. I can't sit down and read. So you guys know I have had a incredibly busy February and it's not going to let up. And so I can't sit with a physical book because I'm constantly moving. And I have so many people talking around me, my son, my husband, and unless I have a way to shut them up, shut them down, like plug in some headphones and, you know, read at the same time, is not gonna happen. Not right now, at least, not right now. I'm hoping in March I can actually sit down and read this, or if I can get to it at the end of the month. But I'm really thinking that I'm just not going to be able to sit down and actually read it. But this is my most anticipated book of the year, aside from The Martyr, because you know I'm always anticipating the next Anthony Ryan book. He's my favorite author. And so, yeah, you know, excuses aside, I am going to be delving into this as soon as possible. And last but not least, this is a little different for me. It's a space opera, but I read the first book and really enjoyed it. And there's a lot of people who look at this series and go, that's not a space opera, it's just a found family. And I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. And the representation of sexuality in this series is pretty great. And so I love it. I love it. And I'm going to say The Second Rebel by Lyndon A. Lewis. I love the first sister. I'm very excited to see where this story goes. We had a massive cliffhanger in the first book, so I'm looking forward to this. And let me say, you guys know I have ADHD. When I can remember the details of a story and it's stuck with me this long, that just means it's a good book, right? That's all I can say. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to continuing this series. I love Lyndon A. Lewis's writing. I really love how this is more about found family than it is about the whole space opera thing that we've got going on here. It's really good, guys. It's really, really good. And it does have good plot. It moves pretty quickly and everything I love about a book. There we go. So a 5-star prediction. All right, that is it for my video today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.